Welcome to Philippine-Canadian Empire's Daily News Roundup, brought to you by CanadianEmpire.net, your only Filipino-Canadian daily news portal. Thank you for joining us. In the news, Trudeau sells carbon pricing in Saskatoon. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau touched on the thorny issue of carbon pricing in a fundraising speech in Saskatoon on Thursday night. Quote, "We're taking action on a number of issues I know mean a lot to people here in Saskatoon and across the great province. That includes moving forward with our plan to put a price on carbon pollution," unquote, Trudeau said in a speech to the Lawyer Club. The federal government wants province to phase in carbon pricing that would reach $50 a ton by 2022 or develop a cap-and-trade system. It has said if provinces don't act on their own, the federal government will do it for them. 11 provinces and territories agreed to the carbon price plan in December when they signed the Pan-Canadian Framework on Clean Growth and Climate Change. Saskatchewan and Manitoba have not. The Manitoba government has asked a constitutional law expert at the University of Manitoba to provide a legal opinion on the federal government's authority to implement a carbon pricing regime in Manitoba. Meanwhile, outgoing Saskatchewan Premier Brad Wall has threatened to challenge the carbon pricing plan in court, saying it would be disproportionately punitive to Saskatchewan and doesn't take into account measures already taken to reduce emissions, such as the province's carbon capture facility. Fort McMurray wildfire deemed extinguished 15 months later. A wildfire that forced 80,000 people in northern Alberta to flee more than a year ago has finally been extinguished. Wildfire Information Officer Lynn Dana says the Horse River fire that started on May 1, 2016 and destroyed more than 2,400 buildings in Fort McMurray and area was deemed officially out on August 2. She says they had to wait for winter to be over to see if any smoke or heat remained from the massive fire, dubbed the Beast because it was so fierce and unpredictable. Dana says they also used advanced heat detectors from helicopters to ensure there were no remaining hotspots coming from the ground. Wildfire crews will continue to monitor all areas. Kuwaits ruler mediating Qatar crisis heads to Washington. Kuwait's ruler is trying to mediate an end to the Qatar diplomatic crisis, is traveling to Washington to meet with the U.S. President Donald Trump. The office of Kuwait Emir Sheikh Sabah Al Ahmad Al Sabah says he leaves Friday for the U.S. Sheikh Sabah is scheduled to meet the Thursday with Trump. The 88-year-old ruler of the oil-rich staunch U.S. ally has so far been unsuccessful in his efforts to end the crisis. The dispute began June 5 when Bahrain, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates all cut ties to Doha over allegations that Qatar funds extremists and has ties that are too warm with Iran. Qatar has long denied funding extremists. U.S. officials also have shuttled among the countries seeking to end the crisis engulfing America's Middle East allies.